video, we will discuss heat transport problem, in particular heat conduction in a cooling fin. Another simple but practical application of heat conduction is the calculations of the efficiency of the cooling fin. As you can see in here, we draw the systems of the fin in here. Fins are normally used to increase the area available for heat transfer between metal walls and poorly conducting fluids such as gases. A simple rectangular fin is shown below. The wall temperature is TW. Okay, so this wall temperature is TW, and the ambient temperature is TA. So normally TW is much higher than the TA. That's why we are using a fin with the larger area to basically promote the heat transfer between the metal walls with the surrounding airs. Reasonably good description of the system can be obtained by approximating the true physical situation by a simplified model. So in reality, for this particular fin that we draw in here, in real situation, the temperature should be actually a functions of the X, and then a functions of Y, and then also Z. So we expect temperature distributions in the fin to be a functions of X, Y, or Z, because at this position it may be different with at this position and at this position, for example. Okay, but in our idealized model in here, we only assume that the temperature is only a functions of Z. So in saying that, all the temperatures in this particular shell elements, okay, will have temperature of T. Okay, this shell elements in here is actually a 3D shell element. So if I put in a dash line in here, then I can see the one that was not shown in there. Okay. Then the second one is that the small quantity of heat is actually lost from the fin at the end. So this area in here, 2BW. Okay, and then also at this particular area in here, 2BL, and then you have one more in the end, so that in the opposite side of that H. Okay, that also 2B plus 2BL plus 2BL. And H, the heat transfer coefficients, the one that is used in the Newton's cooling law, is basically a function of position, but in the model in here we assume that H is a constant, while the temperature depends on Z. Okay, if we go back to the point number 2 in here, we assume that no heat loss from the end or from the edges. So we basically ignore this area 2BW with this area in here and the area in here as well. Okay, we basically ignore the heat loss from those particular areas. Okay, so then we can start deriving the energy balance for that particular fin. So our shell balance will be made on the segment delta Z of the fin. So basically the one that is rested in blue in that sections in there, where all the particular shell has the temperature of T. Okay, and since the fin does not move, then the terms containing a velocity in the combined energy flux vector can be discarded, where the only contributions come from your conduction. Okay, then in by conduction term will be 2BW QZ at Z. So if you see in here, we are dealing with this particular area in here where the conduction comes in. Okay, this particular area has a surface area of 2B multiplied by W, and then multiplied by the heat flux that comes in. So this one is the heat flux that comes in, for example the heat in by conductions, and then there is also a heat out by conductions from the similar area as well. So we put in here 2B W Qz at z plus delta z, and then the rate of heat out by transfer to airstream, H multiplied by 2W delta Z. So in here, we only care with the area rested in here, only the top one. Top one will be W multiplied by Z, and then you also have the one on the bottom in here. So this one also will be W multiplied by delta Z. However, the one on the edges in here and the one on the other edges are ignored. Okay, and then this one is multiplied by the temperature difference between that particular shell element, T, minus the ambient temperature, and this one will be equal to 0. Okay, so note that for this particular term in here, okay, we have ignored heat loss from 2 times 2B delta Z. Okay, then we can continue further. We divide by 2B W delta Z. Okay, as a result, we will get minus Q Z Z plus delta Z minus Q Z Z divided by delta Z minus H over B T minus TA equal 0. And then we take the limit delta Z approaching 0. Okay, then we will have minus D Qz over dz equal to H over B multiplied by T minus TA. Okay, my written for A is a bit poor. And then further what we can do is we substitute Fourier's law. Qz will be equal to minus K dt over dz. Okay, in which K is the thermal conductivity of the metal. Okay, if we do that, then we can get this minus K dt over dz is equal H over B T minus TA and so this we will have d square T dz square equal to H divided by K B T minus TA and then we have a second order differential equation that the constants of which can be obtained by using two boundary conditions. So the BC1 will be at z equals 0, temperature is equal temperature of the wall, and then the second boundary condition at Z equal L, dt per dz is equal 0, or what we are saying is basically the heat flux is negligible at the end of the fin. Then we can also introduce dimensionless variable to simplify that second order differential equation. T minus TA over TW minus TA. So this one will be dimensionless temperature. Okay, and then this one Z over L, this will be dimensionless distance. And then this n square will be equal to HL square over KB. This is dimensionless heat transfer coefficient. Okay, then we can do some operations into this dimensionless variables in order for us to get to basically change the form of the second order ODE into the ODE in terms of the dimensionless variables. Okay, so this dt will be equal to d phi tw minus ta tw minus ta, and then z will be equal to this multiplied by L. So dz will be equal to this multiplied by L, and so your d square t over dz square equal to h over kb t minus ta can be expressed in terms of this. Okay, and then this h over kb t minus ta, and then we can use a chain rule in here, d per d of this over dz will be equal to this dt over this d, then this d over this dz. You need to note that in here these things in here divided by this, so this is basically equal to 1. Okay, when you have this d over this d, then this equal to 1, and also the same within here as well. Okay, so it's we basically just play with the chain rule to find the needed variables to be inserted there. Okay, to express everything in terms of the dimensionless variables. Then what I put in here is 1 over L, because as you can see in here this and then this, so this one divided by this will be equal to 1 over L, right? Then d over this d by d phi tw minus ta divided by this multiplied by 1 over L. That should be equal to H divided by KB, TW minus TA. Okay, you go back again and see this form in here. Then in here we can cross some terms in here. Okay, TW minus TA in here can be crossed with this, for example. Okay, then we can get more simplified terms. Is equal H L square KB multiplied by this. So we have this very simple ODE that represents our dimensionless temperature. Okay, I stop my video in here and I will continue the derivations in the next video. Thank you.